89, Scotland 7. And Scotland's last victory was in 2010 in Edinburgh, 31-14. Fiji 3 titles this year in Cape Town, Hamilton and Hong Kong last week. Alongside me, former England captain Rob Rickman. And Rob, some are suggesting this is the inventors against the innovators.
It's a fantastic outline. Wonderful to see this Fijian team do what they do so many times this year. It really is a thing to behold when they do it. They're strapped. Scotland, they'll know how much of a challenge this is going to be. They'll not be particularly talking about the strength of Fiji, more so about what they're going to do. Let's see if Scotland can really mix it up. They invented the game, as you mentioned. Let's see if they can potentially go back to hitting some serious success.
And to the Fijian fans all around the world, an injury to Jerry Tuwai means that they've called in their 13th player now at Fiji. It's a big loss. As the architect is Australian referee Jordan Way will control this game. A high start from the Fijians, and it's Scotland with first possession. Second match for these two sides. Fiji comfortable against Canada earlier on. Scotland struggled against South Africa, but here goes Farndale. Immediately into the contact goes Jamie Farndale. Just losing his balance there was Harvey Elms, and he's got isolated. Now the Fijians look interested in the steal. And they go rushing in there, but the referee says you've got to hold your body weight, and immediately they tap and go through Gavin Lowe. The pass, it was risky. Ferguson just passed it on to Farndale. Again, it's cleared by Lowe, a better pass on that occasion. Some footwork in the middle of the park, but not going too far. The Scottish players, good tackles being made. That one by Mbwatitu wearing jersey 7 for the Olympic gold medalist Fiji. Nice run this from Miller, goes across. Lowe gives a nice short ball to Bryce. Now they go wider to Farndale again. Farndale on the outside, and Farndale comes to the sweeper, makes the contact inside the 22. They go. Another penalty.
We mentioned in the week how good Fiji's breakdown's becoming, but 2 penalties already from exactly that. They've got to be so careful about the interpretation of the referee. Clearly, with the success that Fiji have had, teams are looking to really counter it. But here, Farndale lights the fuse, off he goes. A little bit lighter than Vakin Billy, but still potent with the ball in hand.
Ferguson gets it back to Miller. He offloads, and now the quick hands. Has that gone forward? No, says the ref. Play on. Gets a message from the assistant referee.
Leave now, leave now!
But now they're 5 short. Ferguson to Miller. Lowe gets it next. The kick pass out to McFarland. Stunning!
So used to seeing Matthew McFarland winning from any part of the pitch. This time, it's on the back of a wonderful touch from Gavin Lowe. Keep saying against Fiji, you have to do the exceptional, out of the ordinary, and this kick pass is exactly that. Puts it on the left foot because it's so flat, just perfectly. Turiamba has to come in to try and cover the threat, and McFarland prowls out wide.
Scored a couple of tries as we look at Tom Brown. Played a test match for Scotland in the 15 side against Australia in 2012, and over 100 tries already. Match 16, there's still 8 to play. No wonder. Well, Vickerman, this is the reason why Sevens is the fastest growing sport, and not only the women's but also the men's game.
But over 100 tries already, it's just remarkable. You can watch a whole season of some 15s, not see that many. It really is incredible, and they just come so thick and fast. And look at the effort that these men are putting in. I hope that's a bit of water rather than just sweat.
He's hydrated. There'll be some water there. So Tom Brown is heading to the sideline. Good kick from Lowe. They get up and contest in the air, and Mokanafangi gets out there. Vakuran and Billy, and now the pace comes from Ikanikota into the 22. He's close to the sideline, needs to try and fight to stay in. Forced out.
Yeah, it's a wonderful tackle, and teams are now trying to do this against Fiji. They tackle hard, they try and look after the ball. It was Gavlo there, managed to get his arms around it, and it meant they turned over the ball. Now Ferguson to throw in.
Miller's big and strong in the air. Again, Robbie Ferguson. Fijians now get a penalty, and they'll tap and go with the Fijians. Balafa sets it, now the counter-rock comes in, but Fiji still have possession in Botitu. They can create something from nothing, especially this man here, Tui Mamba! Once again, 11 on 11, and Hamanasi Tui Mamba gets another.
Well, he's managing to try again, but for me, the reason why we can celebrate Tui Mamba on the outside is because of this wonderful tactical play from Fiji. Teams keep going to a breakdown, to a contest of the ball on the floor, and that's not a good idea. We have seen so many times this season, and Fiji can now steal the ball back, and now, as a result, this man, Tui Mamba, is scoring tries for fun.
And the 27-year-old is the conversion, has unsuccessfully scored 8 tries in Hamilton. Top try scorer there, he's got 3 already, and he's still on day 1. Looks out to the left, kicks out to the right. All tied up, 2 minutes to play as Fandal into the contact again of Vakuran and Billy. Tui Mamba now called on to do some defensive work. And Botitu gets out of the way, and now Glenn Bryce using his strength to try and hold on to possession. Australian referee says the tackle was high.
Just chance now for Scotland to just compose themselves a little bit. You know Fiji are going to come at you. You know they're going to likely score when they get the ball. So it's about maximising your chance when you've got it. Gavlo's a wise old head now. He knows about set-piece play against Fiji, of which a line-out's one. But again, as I said before, you have to do something completely exceptional, different against them.
They are the defending champions of the Singapore title. Fiji, after a remarkable performance last year, to go back-to-back. 5 titles they won last year, and they were in the box seat to that last tournament in Paris with South Africa, where they only got the quarters, and South Africa, of course, playing the series.
Such drama wasn't it in Paris, but just 3 of the 12 now that Jerry's lost of this Fijian squad are from last year's winning. It just shows how much depth of talent they've got. I mean, these debutants, these rookies coming in this series really have set a bar high. Tui Mamba, the two wonderful players.
Ferguson releases to low, the kick from the left foot. That's to McFarland again, the bounce isn't kind for McFarland, but it is for Elms. That's the 22 you can see inside the Fiji half. Counter-rock comes in, but Scotland still have possession, and Miller has got through a lot of work in the opening 6 minutes. The offload backwards, and now one more to Bryce. Glenn Bryce will race in and give Scotland the lead again.
This is absolutely brilliant from Scotland, and it's so clever. Gavin Lowe with these crossfield kick passes, meaning Fiji have to spread the field a lot more than they used to, which means the gaps are straight through the middle. Just take a look at where Miller barrels through. Massive gap in the middle because of that width, and then chance to offload. Why not? Ride your luck, do something different. Ferguson bats it away with the back of the hand. Look at that, get rid of it. Fiji coming for the big shot. And again, another score for Scotland. This is brilliant stuff for them. What a half.
They get the maximum 7. 2 tries to 1. Scotland leading Fiji. That's well placed to half.
As we face uncertain times, we are certain of this. We are a country that looks out for each other. Older people, those at risk, the self-isolating. They're our family, our friends, our neighbours, the folk that live upstairs. Shopping, prescriptions, taking out bins. Lending a hand means everyone wins. Even a wee phone for a natter lets people know they matter. Through a million acts of kindness, we'll show that we are Scotland. If you are fit and well, find out how to help safely at readyscotland.org.
So I'm no longer playing for the Scottish national side, but thanks to BT and Scottish Rugby, I'm able to virtually rejoin a Scotland national session during the Guinness Six Nations.
Let's start with some basic attacking play.
Oh, that's weird. It's good that I don't like heights, right?
Expect Hugh Jones to throw in a switch.
Henry, get across here.
Oh, that is weird.
Don't shut it off, George.
That's very lifelike. It's a little bit unnerving to start with, and actually understanding you can look around and stuff. But it's a very, very unusual experience, but really fascinating to be part of that.
Get ready to go in the whistle.
A rugby club is more than 15 players on the field. It's about a life better spent. A community mucking in together out of love for the local game. From kicking tees to cups of tea. Protecting the future of the game, making the stars of tomorrow. Royal Bank Rugby Force makes rugby life even better. We'll support over 75% of all qualifying clubs this season with tools, funding and expertise. Make sure your club is one of them. To apply, search Royal Bank Rugby Force and get started today.
Together as always, and the job that Gareth Baber has done has been nothing short of sensational. 5 Hong Kong titles. They created history last week, and he's been so good for them. He's come in, must be a tough job coming in after they've won the gold medal in Rio de Janeiro 3 years ago.
Right, it's a massive task to fill, isn't it? What a role, the legacy of Ben Ryan we all know about, but Gareth Baber has stood up, and he really has kept on and improved and honed this Fijian team, brought in new talent as we mentioned, and it makes it pretty frightening for the rest of the world just how good this Fiji team can be consistently.
They find themselves down by 7. Very little possession in the first 7 minutes of the game for the men in the white shirts, but now they look to scramble and try and get their hands on the ball, but it's Scotland again. You look at Scotland, 26 passes to Fijians 4. Shows the amount of possession they have, and through they get goes Ferguson quickly. He's brought down. Lovely work at the steal there from Napoleano. Mbota. Now Mbotitu. It's like the man we were just discussing and the work that he's doing with the breakdown, and quickly Kenny caught it to the big men. Within the Thangi throws the dummy and then the ball over the top to Tui Mamba. Stepping off the right, Tui Mamba. All the superlatives we've used. And he just continues to amaze here in Singapore.
I mean, actually, Tui Mamba is an assassin. He just hangs out wide. Barely had the ball in this half, in this game. Well, for the thing, he shifts it across, and then because he has got that electric turn of pace, off he goes. That's McFarland. He's just left for dead on the inside. Tui Mamba has been sensational for Fiji.
Back to drill level. Draw turn up.
It's so comforting knowing you've got people in your ranks that can just do something, they just create things. And 107 tries already we have seen. We're going to feel in this last 5 minutes we've got a few more in store.
Out on the full.
A little bit inaccurate, normally pride themselves on their restarts, Fiji, to try and bat the ball back in there. Jonathan Akula just couldn't quite do it. Very difficult skill, almost like a volleyball spike. You've got to get the ball back on the infield. But again, now chance for Scotland. They've still got the lead.
Yes, Ferguson takes it to the set piece. A dummy runner on the inside, but they give it back to Ferguson. He started it, now Elms. Farndale breaks the first. Stays strong in the tackle of within a Thangi. McFarland now coming infield looking for some work instead of waiting out on the wing. He's in the midfield now. They've got options left and right. To the right they go, the right edge. Big fend from Glenn Bryce. Big and strong into Elms. Again, Godsmark, who's come in from the bench. Low to Farndale. Within the thing he couldn't handle. Farndale one more pass, the offload here, and McFarland has reached out. It's going to be interesting here.
Come on. I think he's off the ball, but I'm about to check. Yeah? Timo, please.
Yes, Geordie.
Moisey, try yes or no?
We'll check try yes or no.
Thank you.
Well, it's the two number 11s that are impressed in this game. McFarland gets it in the right arm, tries to put it down, but take a look at that left hand. What a tackle, not only you targeting
no
the body
try,
to poke
the
the ball
Scottish
out.
player has lost the ball forward.
Fantastic effort in defence.
Correct.
No try, knock on. Scum.
Robbie.
That fatigue as well, Rob. Warm conditions here. Tournaments last week.
Number
Look
1
at
and number
passes
11.
that the Scots have had over the Fijians.
And that really does show a different style of play, Willie. All about the Fijians having the ball for 2 or 3 seconds and doing something. Conversely, Scotland have to build it, and that was a gilt-edged chance. McFarland will be having nightmares about that this evening. Well, if you put that ball down, it's a very different context to this game.
Well, he's got a degree in business and Russian from Trinity College in Ireland. There's Max McFarland. There's Ikani Koda. Just gets caught short, tries to get on the outside, but now Fiji regrouping. Go down Orchard Road, down the main street, and that's a nice tackle. Coming in, and now the pick and go from Ferguson. As the referee say, no real advantage here from the initial knock-on from Fiji. And just talking about Fiji and how wonderful they were last week in Hong Kong. It must be difficult to come into a new tournament. Sure, it's a new venue. But after Hong Kong...
Oh, that emotion. I mean, I got a bit of hammer on social media, Willie. I said that Fiji have never backed up Hong Kong the week after and won, because when they did win both last year, there was a Commonwealth Games intersecting it. So this is very much a different task. The emotions, as you mentioned, the spirit we see when they're playing on Hong Kong's turf, to try and get over that and come perform again is difficult, but it is Fiji.
Low to the line, he finds Elms, who in turn gets it out to Mad Max McFarland.
Lead now, one!
From a little Scott. Godsmack out of the Melrose
Advantage,
club.
high tackle.
Of course, the game initiated in 1883.
4, high tackle.
Another penalty and tap and go. Ferguson to the line. Ferguson dives. Referees in very good position.
Never back to the try line.
Ball
Offside,
down, someone's in the bin.
Never onside.
Well, that's a huge call because
10
that was
white,
surely in the
offside.
act of scoring, in which case you'd be talking penalty try.
Scrum. Scrum.
Like to have known what Jordan Way said there to the players. But for a yellow card to be issued, for not being 10, I think he's done it for. Understandably, Manduva not on the line. But then, surely, if he is the man making the tackle, you have to ask the question, would a try been scored?
No, because there are more defenders there.
Bind.
Still like the question.
Set.
No wonder you get hammered on social media. Good call from the Scots as well to bring all the players in, and so you can see now the Fijians have not got a halfback in against Ferguson.
That for me is an error because you've got now free reign of the 9 Ferguson running away from the base of this scrum. You normally always put a 9 against him to try and disrupt. This is going to be clean ball as long as the hook comes back.
There goes Ferguson. The wide pass, they had numbers here. McFarlane. There's a loopy old pass, and now Fiji will have to defend for the next 2 minutes. Ball and the steal from Mbotita's a good one. And how many times do we see this from Fiji? Down to 6, they turn the ball over, and then they take it from one part of the field down to the opposition. Mbolofa is brought out by Fandal. Now the Nigerian referee that was taken in by the Scots, and now quick throw. Godsmack. Low steps and releases to Ferguson again. Back into Bryce. No real other option but from taking into the contact. They're out on their feet here, the Scots. They've got numbers. Fandal is a great finisher for them. Pass on the inside. Ferguson breaks away. One pass up, and now the Fijians are coming in from everywhere. They look to get it wide. Godsmack sends it out. McFarlane in out, around. And is this the try that gives Scotland the victory?
Well, most certainly is the moment, and what a moment it is for Max McFarlane. So many highlights on his reel this season, and the Scottish Terrier has just put an absolute dagger in the back of Fiji. They're so close 2 or 3 times over the line, one knocked on, one penalised, and then McFarlane, this is his moment, in the out. Usually the Flying Scotsman is inside the 22, but that is a massive score and a huge result here at HSBC Singapore Sevens.
Take it back to the line-out. The Fijians were in big group, and all of a sudden the ball is back in play. The beauty of Sevens. Time is up here, and the first upset in Singapore has occurred. Scotland have beaten Fiji 19-12.